What's going on, everyone, and welcome to another episode of 3 Minutes of Motivation. And this video, we're deciding to focus on something that, to be honest with you, I wanted to talk about for a while, only because it makes sense right now, which is procrastination. How do we overcome procrastination? How do we find strategies to overcome procrastination? And what do we do? First and foremost, the best way of overcoming procrastination is coming up with micro goals. So micro goals, in the most simplest form, is doing something that you probably are pushing past. Let's say exercising, let's say writing, let's say learning a new skill. Instead of you trying to take on the whole world and try to do a full marathon, focus on something very, very simple and make that into a framework that you can do more than once, or maybe once a day. So the best way of doing that is creating segments. So the simplest segment to try is 5 to 10 or 5 to 15 minute segments. And once you can create a habit of doing that every day, it would then allow you to allow you to be more motivated to want to do it again. And that's the whole idea of creating a routine. So the first thing is, of course, micro goals. Ensure that the goals are not just simple but challenging as well. The second thing is doing what is hard first thing. This is something that I still struggle with from time to time, but when you are focusing on doing the hardest thing first thing, it allows you to be more motivated to do the tasks afterwards. So if, say, your hardest thing on the list, and this is me particularly as well, doing anything which requires kind of getting out of bed, so physical exercise or mental exercise, learning a new skill, if you prioritize that first thing in the morning and make that more exciting because you can see the reward on the other end, you will feel more motivated to do it because you know why you're doing it. It's not that you're just doing it for the sake of doing it. You know the why, and the why is a very, very big important thing for you wanting to do the hard thing in the first place, because usually, as we all know, doing what is difficult always ends up to being the biggest reward in the long term. The last thing is a quote taken from Tony Robbins, which is, "It's not the lack of resources, it's your lack of resourcefulness that stops you." This really, really touched home, because at this moment in time, it does seem as if we don't have the resources right now to do the things we want to do because we're in lockdown, COVID, and so on, so on, so on. However, we can still invest time on ourselves and create more of a system that allows us to educate ourselves in things that we want to do or the things that we didn't do because we didn't have the time. At this moment, we do have the time to actually spend as little as 15 minutes or even 30 minutes, depending on how long you want to invest on things that actually benefit us with our personal development, with our mental health, with our physical health, with our mental well-being, with our spirituality, with our education towards anything that we are curious about. When we invest that time, it does work out to be a domino effect long term, because we're doing the things right now when it is probably the most difficult time, and that of course results into massive rewards long term. So I don't want to say too much because of course I'm keeping these videos only for 3 minutes. I am just over, but I hope everyone has a blessed day. Keep getting your goals, change your routine. Let's go.